what's going on, people? Hope y'all doing fantastic. Hopefully you can hear me over the loud truck. It's loud, it's old, it's paid off. It's cold in here, actually. The AC's pumping. But I just got to throw jazz back at the people. You know, some people like to talk slick and do all that type of stuff, you know, with the people with the older equipment trying to say, yo, bro, no, don't do that. Get your old equipment, get it paid off. May not be pretty, may not be a 2018, 19, 20, 25 or whatever. You know, just get yourself an old, inexpensive truck, you know, and do it. Now the YouTube snipers, stuff that I talked about 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago, stuff that I talked about, and I said, no, this is the reason why I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. Now all of a sudden that stuff is resurfacing. I was like, you should have just, well, whatever. I mean, I'll just put the information out there. If you choose to listen, hey, whatever. If not, whatever. You know, it's just whatever. You just got to address this type of stuff to let it be known. But anyway, I was having a conversation with, well, hold on, before I get there, I bought a reefer trailer, and it's in the community section if you want to see it, because right now flatbed is slow. There's plenty of loads, but there are a bunch of cheap loads. So flatbed is slow, so I found a great deal on a reefer trailer, so I went up and bought it. So in the meantime, I'm talking to the seller. He's in his 60s. He had a trucking business, he sold it, and he's just liquidating the rest of the equipment that he had. So we're having a conversation. He's picking my brain, trying to find out where I am, what my mindset is. When I say where I am, basically what my mindset is in the business. He's like, so do you use broker freight? Do you have your own customers? What do you got going on? I said, well, I do both. I got my own customers and I have, you know, some broker freight, but the direct customers they're not consistent. They're, you know, sometimes they have freight, sometimes they don't. So we're working on different things to change that situation. So, okay, well, good. Just keep on going, you know, get your direct customers and cut the brokers out, which all brokers are not bad. You have your honorable ones and you have your dishonorable ones. And, you know, I'll talk to him about that. The same stuff I talk about on YouTube. I was just having a conversation with him. He said, oh, yeah, I understand. Oh, trust me, I get it. So, but he confirmed one of the things that I've been working on. And that is, let's just say, I'll just use him as an example. He had the reefer trailer. So he would take a load for one of his clients up to, let's just say, up to New England. Now, if you don't live in New England, well, first of all, what does New England have that isn't readily available in other parts of the United States? Well, it's the seafood. Now, I don't eat a bunch of shellfish and stuff like that, but it's the seafood. So that stuff is readily available. You find a wholesaler up there, it's readily available. So let's just say you buy I'm just throwing out numbers here. You buy $100,000 worth of lobster or shellfish or whatever comes from up out of there. You put it on your truck, and then you bring it to these other locations, a bunch of LTL stops, and then you sell the stuff that's in the back to these little LTL customers, or little LTL, or little shops and restaurants and stuff like that. Fresh lobster. So what are you talking about, brother man? You become the shipper of your own product, is what I'm talking about. So that's one of the things that I'm working on, is becoming the shipper of my own product. Now I got a flatbed and I got a reefer, which will also work as a dry van. And I think I may be able to find some people to buy product directly from me, because I'm the transporter. The truck is the tool. You get it? So if I go out and find, let's say, a truckload of widgets, let's say I find a buyer that wants a truckload of widgets. What's a widget? Any fictional thing, right? That came from the Rodney Dangerfield school days with the finance class. But if I find a buyer that wants a widget, a truckload of widgets, I have a truckload of widgets, doesn't matter, and I find out how much they're willing to pay for that. Now, guess what? I already know what the buyer wants. Now I go out and source it. I'm already in the industry. I know where lots of stuff is shipping from. I know who's around what, and a lot of stuff is only a phone call away. So I'm getting out. Well, I shouldn't say I'm getting out, but I'm splitting up my transportation business to where I'm going to become the shipper, the buyer and the shipper and the transporter, and maybe probably even the wholesaler or retailer. So I know that's a lot to think about. I know that we went from 7th gear or 17th gear all the way, we just dropped it up, slapped the gear shift up against the big hole, and we're going into overdrive. But that's all for this one. A lot of stuff in this video. A lot of you won't make sense, but that's all right. Once I get things rolling, I may show you little glimpses of things of here and there, how things work. Because I don't even know how everything works, but I have an idea. But the guy confirmed it. And that's all for this one. We'll see you.